just come out of nothing, right? How do you start with the amount of enthusiasm needed to discuss this week in professional wrestling? Because here's the thing, right? I counted like 32 people coming back for this big old Raw reunion. I heard there may have been upwards of 38. 38.
You were keeping a running tally as you were going, were you?
38 former superstars who got more screen time than Andrade.
Yeah. And
there
now,
we go. Folks, okay. We're kicking right into it. We're kicking right into the Shoot Brothers podcast. That's what this is, brother. Shoot Brothers Wrestling Podcast is the only wrestling podcast that you can find online, hosted by myself, Cameron Osborne, and Mike the Shoot Shepherd. Pew, pew, pew. Boing. Folks, we have an exciting show for you this week. Of course, Mike the Shoot Shepherd is there on the other end of the line, like we always are.
On the horn.
Folks, big news. We've been pumping for weeks now, or at least a couple weeks now, this Raw reunion going on later on.
All the old boys back.
It could only be in Tampa, of course. I'm pretty sure. Maybe they're not allowed to travel anywhere else.
Yeah.
We've got some trivia. We've got a tweet of the week. We're building towards the biggest party of the summer. It's almost SummerSlam.
Hell yeah.
Of course,
and the takeover.
And the takeover the night before. We got some other stuff, but I think we should kick off this week's episode with a little bit of AEW news. AEW. All Elite. They coming for you, Vince. Better watch out. It's too sweet. Because earlier on in the week, folks, we got the official start date and a pretty cool-ass hype trailer that for All Elite Wrestling on TNT. So October 2nd, 2019 is when it's happening.
Yeah, so it's officially on Wednesdays. So that clears that up. Wednesday Night Dynamite will probably be the name. 2-hour wrestling show. Yeah.
And there we go. 8 p.m. Eastern start, 8 to 10. First episode is going to take place live at the Capital One Arena in Washington, so that's right where the Capitals play.
Yeah, that's
these are real arena sizes, not like the Ricoh Coliseum type sizes.
Yeah,
they're premiering on the large scale.
Yeah, but I heard that they might be, even if they book those larger arenas, they'll still kind of stage it in a smaller. Because they might not be planning on selling out 15,000 everywhere they go right away.
That could be a good point. But, block out that top bowl just to create the feel.
Either way, it's going to be hype. We're hype. Everyone's having fun.
And dude, you know how excited I am for all AEW to come to Toronto?
Oh yeah. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Now, instead of getting like our once a year opportunity that we do get, when WWE comes, now we just have a second option.
Yeah.
Right?
And hopefully they can space them out, have like a nice winter wrestling show.
That'd be a lot of fun. And then in the summer. So, of course, this October 2nd thing is the first time that wrestling has been on TNT since WCW folded in 2001. But also, like, the first time that wrestling has been on large-scale television that's not WWE in a long time.
Yeah.
I know Ring of Honor, and they do their things, I think, on like sort of differently at different times and syndicated, but this is big news. Now, what is TNT in Canada?
I don't know.
Do we know that?
Peachtree? Is it that Peachtree channel? That's
47?
Yeah, that's what for all you local Southern Ontario's 47 shout out. Yeah, TBS turned into Peachtree, which I don't know. Who knows?
It's all the same thing. It's all Turner Broadcast,
it's all
Turner Network.
But
it's all in Hotlanta.
Yeah, well,
I visited the Turner building one time when I was on vacation.
All right. Well, even if they refuse to air it in Canada, you and I will find a way to watch it. So.
You can always find a way, folks. You can always find a way. And
Oh, and two of the half their headlining roster is Canadian, so got to give us.
It's a good point. You got to give us something. So that's real exciting. We have a date. We have we have something to look forward to, Mike. This week on Being the Elite and Road to All Out 2, or Road to All Out also.
Yeah, the first All Out.
The first All Out. Just a couple good promos out there by John Moxley. You know, the Mox man knows what he wants, and he's coming after Kenny Omega to get it.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
He's learning about how it all works in Japan and learning this style that Kenny Omega has become the best in the world with, right?
Kenny gonna counter and try to learn some ultra violence style?
I don't know. Who's coming out with the W out of that match? That's gonna be a huge.
They both need to be booked big there. So who knows?
I don't know. This one's gonna be tough. We also had a Sean Spears interview, where he was just explaining his actions, and Sean Spears is being managed by Tully Blanchard right now.
Yeah, I saw something about that. That's kind of interesting.
And I like the way that they set up the interviews. They're set up more like the person, like it's a prepared thing, like somebody sitting down in front of a camera. They have the mic on them. It feels a little more prepared than that trying to be spontaneous backstage thing.
You come off even more scripted.
Yeah, it's a little bit of management there, and there was a funny moment on Being the Elite when Peter Avalon was coming up to like what was supposed to be a Vince McMahon type character, complaining about how he's being booked and that this isn't getting over and what am I doing? I'm just telling people to shush. But the Vince McMahon character convinces him that the paycheck is worth it. So you're going to do this for the rest of your career. So there you have it. I think once AEW comes on the air, Peter Avalon, the librarian gimmick, is never going to die.
Yeah, him and Leva Bates there.
There's two of them for some reason. Like, the gimmick's so nice, they made it happen twice.
Good pairing. Yes.
And that's the most important part.
Yeah, nice male-female operanda there.
Oh, God. Those librarians. What is it? What is the gimmick? What is it?
That's all it is. They're just librarians that like to wrestle or something.
I don't
It's like a throwback
even
to
know
the
anymore.
80s when everyone had a gimmick. Everyone had a second job that was a wrestler.
Yeah, it was like I'm a construction worker, but in my spare time, I'm taking you out, Hulk.
Yeah, Sergeant Slaughter. He's like, yeah, I do army shit, but then I go wrestle. Ultimate Warrior. He's just a warrior.
That's all he was. I guess was like Conan the Barbarian coming back from
Yeah.
What about the Yeti? What was the Yeti?
The Yeti. That was just a weird humping mummy looking thing.
The hump. The hump seen around the world. Yeah. Jesus Christ, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, but you need some of those bad moments like that just to have some fun, to look back and laugh.
Just look back and laugh and say, why not?
Yeah.
It's always fun. I like how on every of these reunion shows they always end up getting a couple super gimmicky dudes. Like Hurricane always shows up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Boogeyman always shows up. They need to show us the extreme of the
cartoon character types.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised Bruce Pritchard wasn't there in full red face.
Yeah. He was scripting half a bunch of this.
Yeah, that's a good point. That was our AEW action. Let's kick on the other side of the planet. We got some G1 action. Going on out there in Japan. Mike, there's a lot of professional wrestling to watch. I know it's hard to breathe it all in. But have you caught any action from the G1 series going on right now?
I see clips and highlights and some big moves and shit, but I haven't sat down and watched a whole bunch of the matches. But I'm following along some of it.
Along, of course. Our big winners this week. Jay White was taking on Jeff Cobb. He beat him. That was a great. Jay White's that piece of shit heel. That can never, oh, fuck. They're so good. Being such a good piece of shit heel. Yeah. Nothing like that. Juice Robinson picked up a win. Moxley is undefeated. Moxley and Kenta both have 8 points right now. in their respective blocks, which is really funny for the two most recent WWE dudes to be on top. Okada also has 8 points in that A block. Naito got a win over Tomohiro Ishii. So some big stuff, some big stuff in those wins. Folks at home, you should just check it out.
Yeah,
if you have the time, I understand it's a lot of time.
Yeah, there's a lot of wrestling out there. We don't even touch on 205 Live and things like that.
All right, it is so hard. But coming up this weekend, there is Okada versus Kenta. We do have Juice Robinson taking on Tomohiro Ishii, Naito Moxley, Shingo Jay White. So we have some big matches coming up, including I think next week we have Will Ospreay and Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah,
which is guaranteed to be sweet.
Is Zack Sabre Jr. is he a floater or is he officially with New Japan?
I think he's I think New Japan lets you be a floater, but they won't let you float in certain places. Right? Like I bet a guy like Zack Sabre Jr. is still able to work Europe dates for British promotions or something, but they're like, but you're not doing anything else you're not doing anything in America.
It's like, oh, okay, so I can show up on NXT UK.
Yeah, maybe. That would be a bit of a tough one.
Throwing a wrench.
Just throwing a wrench in there. I don't know. That is a good question though. So we will.
Either way, though, a lot of good names in there. A lot of good matches should be coming up.
Oh, even just I think we have Okada. we have Okada Ibushi coming up. I know for sure.
Oh yeah.
And Tanahashi, Will Ospreay. Just everybody, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Moxley Jay White. Moxley Jay White is going to be a good match. Jay White's one of New Japan's top dudes, and Moxley is going to be gone by October 2nd, so it's going to really interesting to see how Moxley is going to be booked for the next little while.
Yeah, is he going to go out on his back? I don't think give the Japanese rub on the way out.
But to whom? If Moxley comes out of the B, the B block, comes out on top, maybe taking on Okada, maybe taking on the likes of Kenta in that finals, if he could go undefeated until the G1 finals and then kind of make his way over to do his thing.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good look.
It'd be a good look for him. August 12th is the finals.
Okay, so that's like the day after WrestleMania or SummerSlam.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
What are you doing Monday, Mike?
That's a big week.
Not
only that, the third season of Glow comes out.
We do SummerSlam, hop on a plane, make it to Tokyo.
We might be able to go back in time with the time zone exchange.
Exactly. We'd be fighting. We'd be fighting it. Exactly. Yeah. Mike, what are you doing? Let's go.
Let's just go to Japan.
Just go to Japan. Let's go.
Don't get me wrong. I would love to, but
it'd be a lot of fun.
If any sponsors out there would like to sponsor this trip, we would be more than happy to shout you out.
Of course, shootbrotherspod@gmail.com.
Yeah, accepting any and all requests for endorsements.
We should get a Vimeo.
There you go.
Is that what it's called?
Doing cameos.
Venmo. No, that's what it's called. Venmo.
I've never actually pronounced it. Yeah, I would have said Vimeo as well.
Eh.
And then we get cameos when we get famous enough. Pay $40 and we'll shout out your name.
We'll shout out your name.
Happy birthday, Rick.
That'll be
supposed to be Nick. Oh,
that'll be the Patreon exclusive.
When you sign up, get a free message from us on your birthday.
Yeah, exactly. Pay $5 is a personalized voicemail from us. $10, we call you into the show. Actually,
we call you in.
Yeah, you'll be. You can join us for the shoot off. Whenever that happens. Are we doing a shoot off this week?
I don't know. We keep teasing. I think it's like the Firefly Funhouse. We just keep building it up.
Do we have your theme? Do we have your theme song yet?
Well, so here's the thing. I started recording it. I got like the chords, and then I started like doing some wailing in the background. I thought it sounded cool, but I wanted to clean it up a bit. I wanted to make it better.
Of course, perfection.
Originally, it was gonna be. I mean, it's still gonna be just like background music, but it'll be fun to listen to.
Perfection is what we strive for here on the Shoot Brothers Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah.
Because we accept nothing less.
And neither should you, the listeners.
Neither should you as the listener. That's why you choose to listen to this. The only wrestling podcast hosted by myself, Cameron Osborne. I'm like, this is Shepard. Okay, folks. That was our news from our other companies. Mike, I think it's about time we just dive right into back to WWE.
Yeah, let's go down to Tampa, Florida, where all old people like to congregate.
And boy, was there a lot of old people this week, folks, because it is the Raw reunion. You might be sitting there at home wondering to yourself, what's the Raw reunion? I don't know. Let's just
pick an arbitrary date.
Let's just
every year and a half, 2 years, like, oh, let's get all the boys back together and have an old school Raw. So yeah, this year we kicked off with John Cena, who I've actually missed having him around. It's
Yeah, you always you forget what John Cena brings to the table.
Yeah, so he's fired up. We haven't seen him in months. He cuts a promo. It's great to be back and all that. And then the Usos come out and they cut a little promo. Like, come on, Cena. We want to see the doctor drop some rhymes. So the crowd's chanting, and Cena's like, nah. He's reluctant. He goes to leave. And the Usos just like, come on, man. Who is this? We want the doctor. So
he comes out.
Yeah, and he's like, that's John Cena, the cat that left us for the movie biz. So then they're like, woo. So then that inspires him. They have a little rap battle, and he says something about, y'all look like your mugshots. How was it getting arrested? So some real shit there.
Yeah. Way to go.
And one of the Usos even shouted out, he's like, yeah, dog. I don't know. He shouted out.
Yeah, that was me.
He's like, yeah, Southampton police.
Oh, yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, he's like, Southampton police, what's up?
But then, so the Usos like it, and then they bring out their father, WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi, with his fucking, probably the biggest ass in the history of the business.
There you go. What a fat motherfucker.
And Cena goes to leave, and then Rikishi's like, nah, man, back that ass up. We can't let you leave all fast and furious. So they're just dropping all these references. So they line up. They're about to do the classic Too Cool dance, but then the Revival come out and ruin it. So, and then Devon Dudley's with them for some reason. No Bubba, because he's in Ring of Honor. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Buddy comes out for some reason, and then that's the match.
Yeah.
And then Booker T hops on commentary. I don't know. See, okay, so Mike,
the whole night
this whole show is a little tough for me. Just me, maybe. Like that's entirely possible, right? So this is what's going on for me here. Is that I'm part of the group of fans who don't have the nostalgia factor. Yeah. And of course, you see Rikishi, and I'm like, boom, I know who that dude is. Mm-hmm. And that's about it. My mind is thinking like, nah, bro, we're 3 weeks away from SummerSlam. Let's get some shit going.
Yeah. So when they're teasing, like doing the dance, you don't know what dance they're about to do.
I know what they're about to do, but seeing it doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, just seeing it is like, okay.
I did want to see it a little bit, but
of course. And Mike and you and I are the opposite sides of the coin on this on a show like this, right?
Yeah, but no, I can totally see what you're coming from. We are 2.5 weeks from SummerSlam or whatever, so.
Where I'm thinking to myself, okay, the Usos should be involved in the title picture, but is this just some weird thing to put Rikishi over, or is Rikishi there to put the Usos over? And then I start to get confused. But we do get that match, Usos Revival.
Yeah, with the Bookman back on commentary.
Yeah, we do get the match. It's pretty fast paced as most of the stuff they always do.
They fought a lot recently, so. Nothing like
Rikishi and Devon looking at each other ringside, and then a little super kick splash for the win for the Usos.
Yeah, So I guess they'll probably get another title shot at SummerSlam or something.
Or something, yeah.
Yeah.
But who knows? Okay, we move on to backstage where, Mike, I'm sure you have written down literally the timing of every single interaction. So, like, I would just say, like, blah, 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 blah came in. And you'd be like, well, blah came in, and then da-da-da, and then blah came in.
Yeah, so backstage.
So, Mike, give me the play-by-play on this.
Yeah, so newly anointed legend Alicia Fox, who just, like, a couple months ago was on the regular roster.
I thought she was still on the roster.
I mean, yeah, all night she was with the legend crew. And anyways, she's there. She's talking to Dana Brooke about hats. And then WWE Hall of Famer Tori Wilson shows up along with Santino Marella. And Santino pulls out the Cobra and starts like molesting the woman, and then Drew walks up unimpressed. So, yeah, that was just your little backstage. And then we can
backstage seg number 1. I guess there was like 73,000 segments today,
including the very next one where Charlie's there with R-Truth and Carmella, and they show some highlights from Comic-Con where the Hurricane showed up and tried to beat him, and same with Drake with the banana costume on, and they were all unsuccessful. So we go back live to the interview, and Drake's wife shows up. I believe her name's Renee, but there's already Renee on the show.
Another Renee? Oh, yeah. God. When, where was Renee Was Renee there this week? I feel like she wasn't. No, Corey wasn't there.
Yeah, Corey wasn't
I felt
there.
that. I felt that.
Yeah, so Drake's wife, she calls out Truth for ruining her wedding and her husband's life, and then Carmella gets in her face, and during this ruckus, Drake sneaks up behind, rolls Truth up, gets a 3 count, new 24/7 champion. So this seemed like almost like Drake's wife is in on it now. She's like helping him a bit.
She's in the company.
Yeah, I think it'd be funny if she comes around and now she starts getting all possessive of the title, and she's like, "Come on, Drake, we gotta get this thing now."
Oh, now it becomes her obsession, and then she steals it from him.
Yeah.
I think we get a lot of. I think I'd say like 10 title changes tonight.
Yeah. Well, don't you worry, I'll keep. And then Charlie Caruso just kind of looks surprised as everyone runs off, and then the Godfather shows up. The days when being a literal pimp that would come down to the ring with hose was an actual wrestling character that we watched as little children.
Yep.
I remember being like an 8-year-old and going around saying, "Pimp it ain't easy," because shit like that. So he even says,
maybe that's what it is, because children are allowed to know what pimps are, so we can explain to them what a sociopath is. Like, if you know one, you know the other.
Yeah, so there you go. And then he tells everyone it's time to board the whole train. And then him and Charlie do a little dance. Anytime Charlie just dances when someone invokes it out of her.
Yeah, she loves to dance.
Whether it's Street Profits, New Day, all they have to do is just start clapping and singing, and she just goes like one of those sunflower things, you know?
She just feels the beat. Okay, yeah, so I guess next segment.
Yeah, on to a match. We get a match.
Finally, we get a match. Okay, so I think we have the Viking Raiders taking on.
No, we got Drew versus Cedric Alexander.
Wow.
The rematch after the big upset. But we didn't get the match. Drew beats him down before the bell rings. Hits the big.
That's why I don't remember.
Yeah, he hit that reverse Alabama slam onto the side of the apron that looked kind of good, but no match. And then, more backstage. Go to Drake. He's scared. He's grabbing all his things. Then he opens a suitcase. There's a bunch of worms in it. And then the boogeyman pops up to scare him. So, yeah, you know about the boogeyman.
Again, but we're 3 weeks away from SummerSlam. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't really pop for the boogeyman. But, so Drake's terrified. He falls down. Then Pat Patterson walks in. Starts just kicking at him. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And then he puts a foot on him. Ref counts to 3. So Pat Patterson is now the oldest 24/7 champion in history. And maybe the first Canadian, too. I don't know.
Way to go, Pat.
Attaboy, Pat. Pat. So there we go.
And same thing. Like, the only way I know Pat Patterson is that interview. Remember that? Oh, fuck. I forget whose show it was. It was like a show.
Donahue or something?
That's what it was. Phil O'Donohue show.
And he was alleged of some bad
of
things.
A lot of stuff. Yeah, and that's like the only place where the name Pat Patterson really comes out. I know he was a booker, and
he was a character during the Attitude Era.
Yeah, I know that he was like booking and in the territorial thing, and then like I understand his role sort of within professional wrestling. But yeah.
Yeah.
So there we go.
And then we get our next special guest commentary, the theme of the night. Christian, he comes up. That was all he really did.
Yeah, that was
legendary ring announcer Lillian Garcia was here as well. Maybe she's in my top 3 ring announcers, I think. She's good.
Okay.
Lillian. And then we finally get that Viking Raiders match you were so excited to get to.
I was so excited because it was 2 teams on the roster.
2 real teams.
2 real teams, no jobbers. No local enhancement talent. We're getting the Viking Raiders taking on the Hawkins, taking on the Ryder.
The Hawkins Riders.
I know they don't have a name, but the Hawkins Riders.
They moved 1 rung up the jobber ladder, at least the Viking Raiders this week. So same result, of course.
Yeah, no, but I think losing to somebody an actual name, that's something. Mm-hmm. Viking Experience get the win on a real team. So yes.
Yeah, so it's what we've been asking for like 2 months ago.
When are they gonna hit that next step of tag team competition?
It's weird what they did with them. I don't know.
Like,
they called them up, and now it seems like they're already bored of them, and their Street Profits are the next big thing for them to call up.
well, yeah, like, and so call them up, and still we can all still see how talented they are.
Yeah,
And
I just don't want
and
them
why
doing
they
it.
haven't made their way to the Revival, to the Usos quite yet, I don't know.
Yeah.
You think if you're gonna put a rocket ship on somebody, get them up there.
Excuse me.
Jesus Christ, Mike, drink some water.
It's live. I have plenty right in front of me.
Okay, so let me guess. We probably go to another backstage something.
Yeah, the legends are all hanging out, and
Okay, so
Mike-
this is the party one.
yeah, this is the old the legends party.
Okay, so there was a guy with long black hair and like sunglasses. Who's that?
I can't.
He had a like a maybe a mustache.
I don't know. I can't think about this particular. Maybe
Okay.
it'll come up later.
Okay.
So Mike Canales was there. He's talking to Eve Torres and Eric Bischoff, and then Maria just comes up, starts bitching at him, and then Ron Simmons walks up. He grabs Jimmy Hart's microphone. and
Jimmy
does-
Hart, that's who it was.
Okay, Jimmy Hart. Yeah, he was the one with the not the microphone. The what do you call it?
Megaphone.
Yeah. So Ron Simmons just grabs that and says, "Damn." His classic line.
In the loudest, the megaphone was a little bit that was the
It was,
loudest
it was-
fucking thing, and it sounded terrible.
So it was pretty distorted. Yeah.
It's like,
But,
it was just terrible.
and then more backstage. We get-
That was cool though. I mean, I gotta give my not nostalgia fan point of view was really just I like Eric Bischoff.
yeah.
I like him. I think he is a
he was
cool
just-
dude. So there we
Yeah,
go.
he was
I
there.
got the other two. I didn't really know who they were, but
Yeah, that's okay. But then
what about the
more
kids?
backstage.
Let's think about the kids for a second, right? Because like I'm an adult who has looked on Wikipedia and given an effort, but like what about a kid who's not allowed to go online but loves John Cena and Roman Reigns?
Well, he still got some of that.
Okay, if you no, we're gonna wait till we get to the end of the show. Let's keep going. What was our next backstage?
All right. AJ, Gallows, and Anderson, they're backstage. They got their new OC shirts. Not the California thing.
Yeah, they were nice.
Now,
The original
club, the official club, the only club. They gave it 3 different names.
yeah, it's
So,
all
I don't know.
It's all baby.
Okay. More backstage. Gerald Briscoe. He has now pinned Pat Patterson off camera to become the new 24/7 champion.
So who's he?
So he was like the partner of Pat Patterson. They were like buddies.
Okay.
And he's the father of the Briscoe brothers in our Ring of Honor.
Oh, no fooling.
Yeah. So so I guess Pat Patterson, he's too much of an old geezer. He couldn't even take a bump or a roll up, so they just did this off camera. Briscoe's celebrating, and he runs into Kelly, and then he falls down, and Kelly pins him to become the first ever women's 24/7 champion. There's a lot of firsts.
A lot of firsts going on today. I wonder out of all these people, I know the record will always show, like it will always be less than one day, the little less than sign. But I'm
Yeah.
curious who,
Someone puts in. I did read.
if there was like a
statistic.
minute, like down to the
Yeah.
minute type of thing.
Someone has, because I saw that Jinder Mahal has the shortest reign at 11 seconds or something. So someone's keeping track.
Oh, okay. Thank God somebody's keeping track of this because, woo, we'd be messed.
Yeah. All right. Then we get the Samoan man, Joe. He comes out, cuts a promo. He just says shows like this Raw reunion, they're a plague. It's an addiction to nostalgia, and Roman
So
Reigns comes out.
he makes the points that I think just.
Yeah, he's speaking on behalf of.
He's speaking on
some of the
behalf
things you
of
said.
the likes of me and the kids. I'm thinking about the kids. Does
Or the children.
Is WWE not family first?
Yeah, you watch Firefly Funhouse.
I watch
It's a
Firefly
kid show.
Funhouse. It's made for children.
Kid show, yeah.
It's a kid show. So, I'm just thinking about the little. Remember when we went to Raw last year and there was a little kid in front of us with the Roman Reigns like gloves or like
Yeah.
wrist lock, and he was looking at us, and he was like those
was
guys.
loving it.
And
He was like
those guys are cool. Like I'm
Yeah.
thinking about that kid who
What about the guy that was like?
was
two-
chirping us. Yo, I want to get in a fight at SummerSlam.
Do you remember the the nice fellow like 2 seats down from him in the wheelchair that was just like, fuck Seth Rollins, and just swearing at all the guys.
I don't remember that. I just remember the guy who was...
Maybe that was at SmackDown the night after then, but there was... I don't know.
Because I just remember the guy, yeah, when I was like booing Roman Reigns, he starts like clapping back at me. Yeah.
But he was smiling. He was having fun. He's like, hey, these guys are into it. They're cool adults.
Oh, yeah. No, the guy who was clapping at me, though, he was very, very serious.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was
just a lot
chirping him. I was chirping the hell out of him, but in a, in a fun way.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's there having fun for the most part.
I'm thinking about the kid. And Samoa Joe's right. Sometimes, they bring back these things, whether it be for a ratings bump or whatever it is. But Roman Reigns doesn't appreciate Samoan on Samoan violence.
Yeah. So let's have some of that.
So let's have some of that, I guess.
Yeah.
So we get the match. What happened? I think it was a Superman punch for the win.
Yeah, Reigns.
Yeah, he kind of does the
Joe
thing.
hasn't had a big win in a while.
No.
But
yeah. This was probably it's probably my favorite match of the night, so far in terms of, and you're thinking, do either of these guys have something to do at SummerSlam? Maybe we don't know. Maybe this is the start of a couple-week build to a match. Who knows?
Yeah, because they gotta get something going. Yeah. And then we get Miz coming out for Miz TV and his guest Seth Rollins. They just kind of go over what's happened. Lesnar cashing in, winning the title. Seth got his rematch. Paul Heyman interrupts. Yeah, nothing really new.
Yeah, that was classic. I am very much so excited. I mean, I know we're getting this match at SummerSlam. I want to yell out reigning, defending, undisputed universal heavyweight champion. I just want to yell it along with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it always sounds like the arena, like when you're watching on television, and every time Paul Heyman says that, it always sounds like it's so loud in there. And I can't tell if it's the crowd saying it or if it's his microphone is just so loud. So I'm very much so excited to be a part of, I'm going to boo if Brock Lesnar wins, but I'm going to yell fucking loud when Paul Heyman says that.
Oh
yeah. I think do we get do we get a Seth match right now, or we get Seth a little bit later? I can't remember.
That's later on.
That's later on, yeah.
We get Kelly celebrating with her title, and she runs into Candice, Michelle, Melina, and Naomi, and then Melina reveals that she got her referee license. So Candice attacks Kelly and pins her to win the 24/7 title, and then Alundra Blaze.
Who's Candice, Michelle?
She was around during the Divas era, just kind of.
Okay.
She was never that great to begin with, so yeah. But she won the title here, and then Alundra Blaze comes in, chokes out Candice, and makes her tap out to win the title.
So 3 women in a row.
3 women in a row. Hey,
maybe we'll see some intergender wrestling to get this off of her.
Then we go back to the ring, though. We get Rey Mysterio versus Sami Zayn.
Hey, this sounds like it's going to be a great match. Both of these guys can put each other over in their own way.
No, let's get old people out here.
Let's get old people out here. So, of course, Sami Zayn has that same kind of feeling about, as Joe does, about, whatever, the old people, they suck. And then, okay, so I think, does the match even start?
Yeah, starts for a bit, and then Sammy just leaves the ring and goes to bail. But then Rob Van Dam comes out to stop him, along with Sergeant Slaughter, the Hurricane, Kurt Angle. So all the legends just kind of back Sammy into the ring, and Ray hits a 619 Frog Splash. Yeah, that's...
Okay.
Don't have to say anything else about that. I don't know. What's Sammy should be in a big match at SummerSlam.
What's happening? Yeah, so I know all these people by name, of course. I know Kurt Angle, of course, Rob Van Dam. Less familiar with the other two. Yeah, I don't know. It would be nice, and I think we see. Yeah, we'll keep talking. We'll keep talking as we keep going. I think next we go. Presumably we go backstage.
Yeah, we got the Street Profits, and Dawkins has to use eye drops because he's been chilling with Rob Van Dam. So marijuana reference. These guys are open about it. And Mark Henry.
Yeah, Rob Van Dam looked stoned as shit.
Oh yeah.
Kevin Nash looked stoned as shit. And then do they talk about anything else? I can't really remember.
He was just talking about hanging out with all these legends. The guy was jealous. So he's like, damn.
You're hanging out with legends. But do we get a match now?
Well, then we get Alundra Blaze coming out with her 24/7 title.
Let's keep rolling.
She pulls out a trash can, referencing that incident during the Monday Night Wars when she showed up on WCW with the WWF Women's title and threw it in the trash. So she goes to throw the title away when the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, comes out. And Ted says, don't do it. I will buy that title because everyone's got a price for the $1 Million Man. So he hands her a wad of cash, and then she gives him the championship. So that was allowed. He once tried to buy the WWF title from Andre the Giant, but the WWF president nixed it, so it was not. But this is a different belt. So
different belt, different rules, different president.
Yes, everything.
So there you go, Ted DiBiase, 24/7. Your new 24/7 champion.
Yeah, for how long? Who knows?
I wonder how much time was given in this 24/7 championship cycle tonight than like other stuff. Like I want to see all the numbers. I want some nerds to break it down and really see where these things are going.
Some people do. So I just come across them sometimes. Like someone said, out of this whole week of wrestling, there was only 7 minutes dedicated to the women.
Oh, okay, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Like that.
Wow.
And then meanwhile, you have all this other
weird stuff. Okay. Are we still backstage?
No. Now we go back to the wrestling that
back to the wrestling that I love. Okay, so what we have right now, we have AJ Styles. His OC is there with him, of course, taking on Seth Rollins. We had this match at Money in the Bank, but this is guaranteed to end it awesome.
Yeah.
There's
we get
no
Jerry the
way.
King Lawler as the guest commentary.
There's no way. There's nothing I can add. This is the Raw reunion, baby. This is meant to be a big show. This is going to be some quality wrestling on a quality wrestling program.
Yeah, with old guys.
Well, these two are middle-aged, so we'll see.
No, I know. I mean, what happens in the match?
So, okay, so here's my play-by-play of what happened. I think I got it down pretty well. For you folks at home who maybe didn't get a chance to see The Blind.
The Blind?
I don't know, maybe they're blind and they don't know what's going on, so they need the action described to them.
Yeah,
so, with the OC in there with Seth Rollins, we got a bit of a 3-on-1 type situation, right? This is muy bueno. Right? Because 3-on-1, Seth Rollins is bound to lose. Next thing you know, whose music hits? None other than DX.
Yeah.
DX, baby. So we have Triple H and Shawn Michaels make their way down to the ring first. They're doing their thing. Shawn Michaels is wearing his lightly kind of worn-looking jeans. He's wearing a hat. He was wearing the NXT hat, I think. Wasn't wearing the cowboy hat.
Yeah, just an NXT baseball.
And in terms of Triple H gear, he's at that 2 out of 3. Remember, he has that corporate look, the jeans and a t-shirt look, and then wrestling. So he's in that. I could probably give something, but this isn't a match.
No, but he could throw hands.
But he could throw some hands if he wanted to. We'll see. So 3-on-3, that seems a little more fair. I think. Yeah. So then we start to see. So then the match restarts. We kind of have 2 boys at ringside on either side. Seth, AJ kind of gets going again. Gallows and Anderson caused the DQ just by being little pieces of shit. After that, OC tries to come out on Triple H and Shawn, being like, "Yo, fuck y'all guys," and that's when they grab some chairs to intimidate the oldies, the old men of the company. Next thing you know, who else arrives? We got the Road Dogg, we got X-Pac, we got Scott Hall, we got Kevin Nash, we got Billy. No, we don't.
No, everyone's a Billy.
Of course, and then they stand up to the OC. So we have AJ Styles and possibly our top heel faction quivering to some old men. Again, if you're blind, I just want, I want that visual description. Picture the top heels in your company, possibly the top heel faction. You close your eyes. And now picture them quivering to the likes of retirees in their mid to late 50s. Raw reunion, baby. So that's kind of what happens. They end up doing the Too Sweet thing, and there was a suck it thing that Seth does. I love that they're allowed to lead the audience to say the word suck it, but as long as they don't say the word suck it, like it's still PG or something, like I like how they're like, well, we didn't say it.
Yeah,
it was the universe.
Yeah, not me.
Something like
That's
that.
fair.
Something like that. Something like that. So yeah, there was that segment.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
You know what? Some wrestlers should just be like, "Hey guys, what's the F word?" And then everyone says, "Fuck." What would they do?
I would love to see that. I would love.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people chant "you fucked up," and that makes tape when someone botches.
Yep. Sometimes
So,
that does happen.
Yeah, not as much these days, but
Mike,
all right,
let's go backstage, baby.
Ted DiBiase, he's had that title for who knows how long. He's going to leave in a limo, and then we hear him being attacked inside in a 3 count, and then Drake emerges with the title, and then the gaggle comes and chases him away.
That gaggle will never stop. Man, I recently
grows every week.
I recently started using the word gaggle at work because we have this huge influx of new employees who just fucking follow me around, like just looking over your shoulder, like
Little ducklings.
you know, like literally, like you're just like putting you're putting a little bag under a table, and someone's looking over your shoulder like you're curing cancer. It's so fucking weird. Anyway, so I've started calling everybody the gaggle.
The gag.
And that just follows me around.
Crossover.
What's next? Do we go back into the ring?
Yeah, we got hardcore legend Mick Foley.
Hardcore legend Mick Foley, we just saw him recently. You know, he was introducing that 24/7 championship.
Yeah, which has been
which runs through the crowd at one point. I think he's just talking about his, you know, how he's so excited to be here. Drake Maverick comes running through. Of course, the gaggle is never too far behind.
Yeah, and then Foley shows a clip of his favorite Raw moment, which happens to be my favorite Raw moment of all time. Him beating The Rock for the WWF title for the first time.
99 or something.
Yeah. For me, I don't know if that'll ever be topped for a Raw moment. I'm not saying best moment ever, but for me, yeah, that was
personal Raw moment. See, there you have it. But only after a couple seconds of the clip showing, it kind of like burns and fades out, like and the lights go out. Boom.
I love the way they do it, like they one by one, like
yeah,
the lights slowly.
There's a syncness of it
yeah, and it's like the perfect horror movie style, you know,
like it's rhythmic but like not consistent.
Yeah, organized chaos.
And I think as soon as that happened, you could hear in the crowd they knew what was coming. This is what happened when the Fiend came out last time, and what do you know? The Fiend comes out again. And lays and then Bray Wyatt lays out fucking Mick Foley with the mandible claw.
The mandible claw, he's his old move. So I don't know if this is like a passing of the torch, the move. He's now going to use it as like a second finisher.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe part of the Fiend's persona is fiending on the finishers of others.
Yeah. Or maybe Foley just couldn't take a bump, so who knows?
Okay, no, well, I was going to say this. This was my favorite segment of the night, mainly because this is the only time that I felt someone came back to put somebody over.
Yeah, Foley, everything was
and
for someone else.
So it like in the RVD thing made no sense. There was no point to that. I mean, it's sort of the shit backstage. I don't think that didn't really feel to me, the Rikishi stuff, whatever. Didn't feel to me like these guys were trying to put somebody over. And you know what? Mick Foley comes in and he fucking does that.
Yeah, so this was awesome.
So hell yes. It's a bummer that Mick Foley didn't get a chance to hold on to the 24/7 title, but because that would have been a lot of fun to see him.
Yeah, he's still
Just for a second, but my seg of the N. S of the N, baby. Let's move on to probably something backstage.
No, we're on the stage, Moment of Bliss.
Ooh, fun. We're at Moment of Bliss with your co-host, Nikki Cross.
Yes, of course. So the friendship is real. It's intact. They bring out their guest, the man, Becky Lynch. They just talk about the title match for a moment, and then Natalia interrupts, and she says Becky's showing her so little respect, and Becky says Natty volunteered, I don't know, to help Ronda Rousey try and beat her or something, so then they start fighting, and then the refs come out and separate them, so yeah, trying to build that heat.
Yeah, good place to start, too. I mean, we are only a few weeks from SummerSlam. You might not have known. Watching this particular program, Nikki Cross is doing this thing where she's like pretending to do everything Alexa Bliss does. Alexa Bliss will be like asking a question using her hands or like leaning into the question. And then
And
Nikki Cross is trying to do the exact same thing, and almost to a point where she's getting in her way. I think she's having a lot of fun. And yeah, you know, similar to Fit Finlay, which by the way, Fit Finlay was not even on this reunion.
Yeah,
You know, because he's too hard at work.
Yeah.
Similar to Fit Finlay, we love this women's division. So yeah, I'm excited for this match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The final backstage segment, I think. Drake, he's about to escape with his wife in the limo when Truth comes up behind him, rolls him up for the 3 count. New champion, 10-time champion, R-Truth. And then Truth jumps in the limo and escapes with Drake's wife still in there.
Renee! Oh no!
Yeah, with Renee, it's like, ha ha! And then Renee's just like, eek! And yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then Drake's like, he's like, oh, I lost it.
Yeah.
I lost it.
My baby.
And then my baby.
my wife.
And then Carmella is like, and my wife. I like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah, didn't Carmella just like look at him?
Yeah. So now
Here's
now we have this sort of pairing, right? You know, now they're both trying to get each other back. You know, so maybe Carmella and Drake need to work together to reunite with their people.
They could go many, many ways. This is going to be the most convoluted storyline by the end of the year.
It could be, or maybe this is some big way. Maybe for all we know, Drake Maverick's wife Renee is also a professional wrestler, and this is somehow gonna put her over. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see on that one.
I think we go back to the ring for some action.
Yeah, we have to have one jobber match.
Why though?
I don't know.
Why?
So,
Like why? Why do you don't actually have to have?
we don't
one.
have to. No, I don't mean it. But Strowman, the strong man, Braun, he just tosses around this kid and beats him real quick.
Wild. I found that wild that this was happening. I don't know. I just for whatever reason.
Maybe they're just like, all right, we need another match. We've had way too
it was
much.
so weird. I just found it so weird.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
At least that kid got to be on TV for.
I mean, I
twice.
guess, yeah. I mean, I guess that, yeah, that kid. I mean, yeah, obviously, way to go with that kid. I think we can agree being the jobber is cool.
That's how James Ellsworth got a job. Was
maybe this guy was thinking he could be the next James Ellsworth,
yeah.
but
He's got to look funny though. You got to look really weird.
okay. So now let's get to the end.
The main event,
I guess is it
the big toast.
the big toast? So yeah, you kind of find out that it ends. It's like a toast to Raw, which I don't quite know what that means. You know, you hold up a drink.
Yeah.
So of course, so I think it's like Ric
They
Flair.
saved the biggest legends.
Ric Flair and Hulk come out.
Yeah. Hulk Hogan says some brother words. Nothing important.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, nothing that I really wanted to hear.
It's like Raw reunion, brother.
That was pretty good. Jesus Christ. Ric Flair, like, what? Does he not? Is he not allowed to have a microphone? I feel like he's not. I feel like he's.
I think he's just like, yeah, they don't know what's gonna slip out.
feel-
He's sauced a lot of the time.
He's just flat out not allowed to use a mic. I think, which is the best part. But he's slapping his shoulders. He's doing the
yeah,
thing.
He was doing that.
Then the rest of the roster comes out. You know, or the rest of these other. I think I read 38 people come out.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, our Santino Morellas, our Godfathers, our Bischoffs, our Boogeymen, our Rikishis, our Road
And then,
Dogs, our Santino Morella. Of course, Triple H is there with Shawn Michaels. Could you see the look on Triple H and Shawn Michaels' face? Is that something you observed also?
Dude,
Dude,
no,
the look in Triple H's face was just, I could see him really thinking that AEW is going to win. It was like this look on his face where he's thinking like, we are 3 fucking weeks away from SummerSlam right now, and we're doing this. It was just, him and Shawn Michaels looked so unenthused to have this like closing seg, this last like 20 minutes be what it's going to be. I don't know. Go back and watch it. Mike, if I went back and rewatched the Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville.
I will look at their faces. I will not be looking for any sexual attention.
And then Sean and Hunter hold hands. No.
That'd be something. That'd be something to talk about.
No, that would be something to talk about. That's true. So after they all come out, of course, the one who we were promised, that glass breaks, Stone Cold Steve Austin comes marching down to the ring. Still is most consistent. I mean, like I guess it
Everyone
is.
will pop for
When they
Stone Cold.
but when they have all these people backstage all talking to each other like they're all BFFs.
Yeah.
Like I like, I mean, it sort of seems like the past couple of times Stone Cold has been on. He was on for Raw 25. He doesn't do that. Even today, his glass breaks and he just fucking marches on down to the ring like it was.
And if you're lucky, he'll give you a beer.
Like it was 2001. He just like goes straight down. And then he cuts a promo about family and
you could tell this was just a winging it promo. He was
come
having fun.
together.
Crowd starts giving him. He's the only guy that the crowd gives the what chant to in a positive way, but they want to just.
It's just
keep going.
yeah, I know that's more of a
Like keep listing things.
more of
a
what yeah, it's more of like
tequila, what vodka, what
it's more of like a hype man at a hip hop concert. Like what
what
I said what. And
so
then brotherhood,
bunch of coolers, bunch of beers.
Catches the beers, come on down to the ring, people share the beers. So I guess this was the culmination of the reunion, Mike, and I know we come from the two different camps, but I'm sure I bet did you like this? I think you did.
I mean, the Stone Cold, it was fine. It was fun. He was a good promo, but yeah. I mean, they could have done this, I don't know, another time.
I actually felt like finishing the show, watching them all toast to Raw. I pictured, like, imagine you're in a coma, and you just but you were a big wrestling fan. You just got out, and now you're like, okay, I'm going to tune back into Monday Night Raw. You might actually think this was the last episode of Raw ever. Like, it was ending, like the longest running episodic thing was just coming to an end because it felt like they were just like closing the casket on this whole fucking program.
Yeah, the one thing I didn't get was my Kevin Owens Stone Cold. I wanted to see a double stunner or something.
That would have been fun. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. Well, and like I said, just about that Mick Foley thing, like this whole closing segment did nothing to put anybody over.
Yeah,
it was more of exactly
let's have some fun, drink some beers.
It was more of it was just exactly what Samoa Joe was saying. It's like you people like nostalgia. You don't care about this. Like it's all those like same kind of similar complaints, which I mean, it felt like this felt like it was like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I hate to be pessimistic about things. This is what felt like to me as a young fan, right? Yeah, because even that double stunner would have been sick.
Yeah, it would have been a fun moment, and then Owens and Austin toast, and then boom, there's your closing shot.
There's your closing shot. Put somebody over.
Yeah, and it makes sense. He's doing the stunner now. It's like he's passed it down. And, yeah, but nope, they didn't want it.
That's exactly it. Well, folks, that was your Raw reunion. Mike, I think it's about time we take a little bit of a break.
Yeah, take a break. Come back, play some games.
We're going to play some games. We're going to get some SmackDown. We got a Wrestler of the Week. So, folks, you guys, y'all should stick around.
Let's shoot. Yeah, let's shoot. Yeah, let's shoot. Brother, yeah, let's shoot. Yeah, let's shoot. Yeah, let's shoot. Brother, yeah.
Folks, we're back. Here we are in the second half of the show. Mike, how do we often kick off the second half of the show?
We play a little game we invented called Trivia.
Trivia. Woo! Trivia.
A little game we invented. So this game, folks, what we invented is what we do is we ask each other questions, and then the other one gives an answer to what they believe that question is.
Could be wrestling related, usually.
I feel like it is more often than not, actually. I feel like. And we invented it, so there you have it, folks. Mike, I have a couple questions for you. What do you got?
Yeah, I've got just two regular style questions this week.
Yeah,
they have like multiple answers, kind of thing.
Nice. I have two regular style for you also. So, Mike, I'm gonna kick off, and then we'll go to you.
Okay.
Mike, the Raw reunion last night, we saw the likes. We saw all these people getting together who may not have been friends in the past, but for some reason now they're all good.
Yes.
Right.
Strange bedfellows.
Strange fellows. Did you say what? Bedfellows?
Yeah, it's a term.
Oh, okay.
They've even used it on WWE before. A strange bedfellows match.
Okay, that's weird.
Or two people you don't expect to be together.
Oh,
anyways,
I get it.
The term is very weird. Yes.
Yeah, apparently.
Sorry, I've derailed the whole question.
But the question is simple, and the question is this: in the segment, which involved, we had Hurricane came out along with Sergeant Slaughter. But we also had Rob Van Dam and Kurt Angle. My question for you is, which title belt did the two of them meet up for?
RVD and Kurt Angle?
Correct.
I'm gonna say the TNA Championship.
I was thinking WWE specific. I don't know about. I didn't know about that. I didn't
Okay.
think about going to TNA. Sorry, I should have clarified. Which WWE title did the two of them meet up for? Sorry.
Did the two of them fight for? Okay. Let's say hardcore title.
Hardcore Championship is actually the correct answer.
Yeah, I knew it had to be something weird because I knew it wouldn't be a big title.
Kurt Angle took the belt off of RVD on an episode of Raw on September 10th, 2001. Yeah, you heard that right.
If only we knew.
But later that night, RVD won it back. So there you have it.
Yeah. And then
You know what? I honestly didn't look. I honestly didn't look for TNA. I didn't.
I might not even be right about that anyway. So.
But you might be. So we'll get we'll get
We clarify though. We make these clarifications for you, the listeners.
for you, the listeners, exactly. And that's what I got. What's next?
All right. So inspired by the Raw reunion as well, but in a different level, we saw some women win some non-women titles.
Okay,
You know what I'm trying to say here?
I know what you're trying to say.
So, yeah, you don't have to tell me the ones that won the 24/7 title, but there have been, let's see, 6 women who have won non-women's titles in WWE. So just, if you can name them and the title they won, give me as many as you can.
6 individual people.
Yeah, 6 individual people, and that's not counting the 3 from Raw that won the 24/7 title.
Okay, good, because I definitely don't even remember any of their
Okay,
names.
Yeah, so I didn't want it. So 6 women, any title that was not a women's title.
You know what? I don't know. I know that China won the Intercontinental Championship once or twice, maybe.
She did win it twice, but I'm going for a number of people. So either way, you got that one.
Fuck, dude. I think that's the only one I really know. I'm gonna say maybe. I'm gonna say maybe Lita has something tag related, maybe.
No.
No. Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, yeah. So China won the Intercontinental. Jacqueline won the Cruiserweight title. I don't know
Okay.
if you know Jacqueline.
No, I never heard of her.
And then the Hardcore title was the one where the rest. So you got Molly Holly, Trish Stratus, Terry Runnels, and Godfather's Ho won one of Godfather's Ho.
Just
Cynthia Lynch.
Just a hoe?
She was her character was just simply known as a hoe, and she only had it for a couple seconds. But,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Way to
so
go,
anyway.
hoe.
Most of those are pretty tough, but you got the big one. You got the China. That was the most.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that one. I was pretty
Yeah,
confident.
that's the most significant. Like that's the cruiserweight. Jacqueline beat Chavo Guerrero, which he was kind of like a comedy act at that time.
Right.
And the hardcore is it's basically the 24/7 title. So, anyways,
There we have it.
there you go.
There we have it. Mike, next question for you. Next question for you is coming up here. We're on this Raw reunion. We're seeing all these old fucking people. So when DX came out, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall are the only two who aren't wearing DX. I guess they're not officially DX people, right? So they're not allowed to wear the T-shirt, right?
Yeah.
So they just kind of come out in their NWO shirt. Those two dudes are known for being together all the time. That Kevin Nash and that Scott Hall. They won 6 tag team champions in WCW together. But Kevin Nash has won tag belts with other people.
Yes.
Who are those other people?
Okay, I know one for sure,
Okay.
and I'm assuming that by Kevin Nash, it's not just Kevin Nash.
Yeah,
right?
all the people that encompasses
Yeah. So okay.
him.
So the one was Diesel and Shawn Michaels. I know that one for sure.
Yes.
So how many people did he win the tag titles with?
And this is also kind of cross company. So
Yeah, so
if you but
WCW.
yeah, WCW, yeah, TNA, if you can name that one, because he does have he has a bunch of tag belts under his belt, and a
Okay.
couple different champs. So whoever you can name. So you had Diesel, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's the easy one. And Scott Hall, we already know. Trying to think now, like the Wolfpack era. Did he win it with Lex Luger?
No Lex.
No Lex. Sting?
He won with Sting, WCW.
Okay. I
Tag
knew he'd
champ.
win with someone in the Wolfpack. Did he ever win with Hogan?
No.
Okay. I guess at this point I'll probably just be throwing out names. I mean, they're all educated guesses.
Yeah, you've got.
Why don't you tell me how many are
You've got
left,
two of there's two more that
There's
you
two more?
could potentially get. Yeah, or that
I
like
think
that are
he's-
out there.
Yeah. I think he said something about TNA. I don't think I'll get that one.
Mm.
I don't know. You can tell me the rest.
Well, yeah. So Scott Hall, he's won with the most. He has 7 total tag championships cross brand with Scott Hall.
Okay.
2 with Shawn Michaels. 2 with DDP. He's won the WCW World Tag Championship twice with
Yeah.
DDP. The one time with Sting, of course, and he's also a one-time TNA Tag Champ with none other than Eric Young.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of fun. So there you have it, Kevin Nash.
All right. Yeah.
And he
that
was stoned as shit. when you go back and watch that for Triple H's displeasure, look to see how
Yeah.
stoned Kevin Nash is.
Oh yeah, no, Kevin Nash. He's one of my favorite. He's got like hundreds of shoot interviews on YouTube, and
Yeah,
he just doesn't give a fuck.
doesn't give a
Some of
fuck
them he's just
anymore.
There's one that was so awful. He's literally just eating ravioli like at a table. It's just so bad. Like just because he's just every time, the whole time he's talking.
His jaw's just slapping.
And he's just like wasted eating this big plate of ravioli, just talking wrestling.
Jesus Christ.
Anyways, I got one more question for you.
Shoot, brother.
More about women doing things that they shouldn't or couldn't, or now they will.
But now they will.
Yeah. So this one, I think you can get at least one or two as well.
Mhm.
There's 4 correct answers. How many women have entered the men's Royal Rumble? There's 4 of them.
There's 4 total.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nia Jax.
Yeah.
That happened last year or
That was
earlier this year. Yeah,
2019.
2019. So there's that. I'm gonna say also China,
Yes.
because I feel
China.
like she was there.
Yeah, she was in it twice actually.
Ooh,
I think the only double.
that's cool. Okay, now I need to think of. Because it's not going to be like a small woman. It's not going to be like a Brie Bella type who's just going to get literally slapped
Yeah.
around by a man. It's going to be someone who's larger, physically speaking. And I feel like there aren't any other like Nia Jax types in that history. But who's like just fucking strong? China was strong. Who's just fucking like? Oh shit! You know who's strong? Fucking oh my god! I know her name. She likes Natalia. Her Natalia, Beth Phoenix.
That's right. That's one of them. Yeah. So you
Woo!
got 3 out of 4.
China, Beth. Oh my god, and that was
Yeah.
and then I think that's it because
Yeah.
but I know whoever you're gonna say. I bet it's someone I maybe never heard of, but it's
It's the
definitely
hardest
not.
one.
It's definitely not gonna be like an Alexa Bliss sized woman.
No, it's not going to be one that you'll be like,
Okay, who is it?
So I'll just tell you. It was her name is Karma. You know her now as Awesome Kong.
No
You've seen her in
shit.
AEW. Yeah. It was actually her one and only match in WWE. She was in the 2012 Royal Rumble.
No shit. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So she was supposed like she signed with WWE, and then like right after she found out she was pregnant, so she was off for like a year, and then she showed up in the Rumble, and then she never did anything after.
Really?
So she had like a 2-year career. She was in 2 WWE video games and only wrestled 1 match.
Huh?
Kind of a fun
Interesting.
fact. Yeah. So there you go, though. You did good. You got 3 out of 4 on that one. And that's all my trivia for the week.
And that's trivia for the week. Good stuff there. Some
Yeah, it was fun.
competitive,
You know, we always bring something,
competitive questions.
to the table. Yeah. Sometimes they're very specific. Sometimes they're very broad, but we cover everything here.
We cover everything at least. Okay. Let's move on over to SmackDown because it's time for us to down that smack.
Yeah, baby.
Down that smack, baby. You know we're not going too far from Florida. We're still in Florida, baby. Don't worry. And of course,
Yeah.
SummerSlam is coming up. We can get past all this Raw reunion stuff. You know, let's build towards the biggest party of the summer. Who's Kofi Kingston's challenger going to be? We don't know, but apparently he's gonna
Find out
fucking.
tonight.
Apparently he's gonna fucking choose. That's what I'm being told.
Yeah, he's beat everyone. He's earned that right, I think.
And we do have championship matches coming up that we need to start building for us. Let's just get right at it, right? Of course, we have, SmackDown opens up. I think we're Corey Graves less, so we have Xavier Woods and Big E coming in.
At first, I thought they were just there for a match, but they stayed like the whole night.
They stayed the whole night. It was great. Xavier Woods
fun.
always calls Tom Phillips Thomas. And we heard that and who else is there? Otunga's there instead of Coachman because some family stuff or whatever. But Shane McMahon
instead of Byron.
Shane McMahon. Oh, sorry, Byron. That's what I meant. Shane McMahon opens up the show to his normal chorus of boos. Because he wants to just say, he wants to tell Kevin Owens, you're jumping on Instagram and shit. And challenging me and stuff for a match, which I didn't know he did. So apparently Kevin Owens challenged Shane McMahon to a match on Twitter or Instagram or something. So Shane McMahon comes out to accept the challenge. If KO loses, he quit WWE, which is something he did in Toronto last time.
Yeah, so there's your stip.
We were there. I mean, it's hardly a stip. It's like a one-sided.
We assume he's gonna win.
One-sided assumption. Yeah, it's hardly a step.
But people have lost and come back anyways. It doesn't really matter. But.
Oh, of course. Well, let's hope Kevin Owens does not get that
No,
L.
I know that'd be fuck you, Shane. I just want to see you fall off something big.
But what he does, I just want to watch him fall and die in real life. But what he does announce is that the match that we're getting with Kevin Owens tonight, after a little back and forth, we're gonna get Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns. The segment, and that's kind of it. That's our match which we're gonna get. Segment ran a little bit long, but let's two top faces going at each other, and that's a pretty high profile main event.
Yeah, usually they don't. I guess that's kind of Shane's heel move, putting the two good guys against each other. They don't normally do that kind of thing, but there's your main event.
Yeah, here's our main event, and more on that later. I think next coming up we have a non-title match.
Yeah, we get Shinsuke Nakamura versus Apollo Crews. Wasn't bad. It was a good little match here. Apollo got some good offense in, but
there was a poorly timed commercial break that I remember. Like the first half of the match, I felt dragged, and then as soon as that commercial came back, it was just kind of like boom, boom, boom.
Would you have preferred a 2 out of 3 falls match?
I don't know.
See, I feel like this week they abandoned that. We didn't get any stupid. They just went back to regular commercials.
Oh, yeah. I haven't heard the word wild card rule in a month.
But there was no elimination.
Yeah.
There was no 2 out of 3s. There was,
and so second half of this match was a little bit better for me. I think Apollo Crews hits the angle slam at one point. Shinsuke has this new suplex off the rope kind of thing where the opponent's like stuck in the rope and he slides underneath you. And gives you a German from there. I think that's a pretty cool little thing.
Yeah.
I think he misses a moonsault on Nakamura. I think, and then we kind of get a double Kinshasa for the win.
Yeah. So there you go. And then afterwards, Shinsuke just continues to beat on him like a heel.
Yeah. Why does Shinsuke Nakamura have to be a heel? Like after this long, don't you think it's like we could have brought him back, given him his old theme song.
Who's he gonna? I don't know. Who's he gonna fight at SummerSlam? Aleister Black?
Let him in.
Yeah, let him in.
Or come in or knock on the door. I don't know. I don't know what these people are saying anymore.
With me. Pick a fight. Backstage, here we go. Mandy and Sonya. Mm-hmm. Everyone's been waiting for this.
I guess we've been waiting for this. Okay, this was one of the more confusing things I've just heard. Okay. So, you heard it too. So Sonya Deville's sitting there. Mandy Rose comes up to her. He's like, I just talked to Shane.
Oh, wait, before that, she covers her eyes and does the old guess who.
Okay, oh my God. No, we're not covering that.
No, we have
Michael!
to. Come on. Who does that, though? Who does the guess who?
I'm sure a lot of friends do that to each other.
No. Only if they want to suck it. So anyway.
Sonya Deville's sitting down. I'm looking at this from a purely objective point of view.
You give your side.
I'll give my side all goddamn day, Mike.
Guess who?
Guess who? So
she was smelling
Mandy,
her fingers. She's like, I can smell your fingers. I know who it is.
Why?
That's what.
Why is that what you're focused on right now? Not the weird shit they're saying, Mike.
The botch.
So
promo?
Sonya Deville comes, or Mandy Rose comes up and tells Sonya, I talked to Shane McMahon, and I got us a WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match next week, and if we win that, we get a WWE Women's Tag Team Championship opportunity.
Yeah.
So
so kind of. I think they fucked up.
Anyways,
So they get a non-title match, and if they win that, they get the title match.
or maybe they get the title match, and then if they win it, then it's like a 2 out of 3 falls title match. Either way, I guess we're throwing. Are they Fire and Desire? Is that what we're calling them still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was some desire.
Oh
Sonya
my
was very
God.
happy about this news.
Well, yeah.
No, she was happy.
They get a
She was
title
happy.
shot. Of course they're.
And then they put their arms around each other's shoulders. They hug, and then they do the slide and rub down the back, and then they looked into each other's eyes, down at the lips, and back up to the eyes again. I'm telling you, I'm gonna go back and watch that other thing. But this,
but now you're gonna go back.
And we all done it. You look down at the lips, you look back at the eyes. We all know what they're teasing. The kiss is the
They're
long-term
not.
goal, and it's gonna happen. Anyway,
Folks,
I have to
the
address
shoot
it every week.
meter is off the charts right now. This is Moxley times 1,000. That's what's happening right now.
Yeah. But no, this is at least I get something week to week. They feed me something to keep this going.
So keep it something. So we're gonna get that match. Hopefully we can make that happen, and then Kabuki Warriors kind of on top. And who knows? We are only a few weeks away from SummerSlam.
Yeah, maybe triple threat. Either way, I want to see those titles.
You want to see something, that's for sure. Next up, we have a very special episode of Miz TV.
Yeah, this was actually
because
great.
Miz TV is going to, this guest star on Miz TV this week will be none other than Shawn Michaels, who stuck around in Florida for another fucking day.
Yeah, well, he works at NXT, so he doesn't mind.
Yeah, so he comes out in his, so if we're talking Shawn Michaels ring gear, very similar to the ring gear last night, where like he's ready to take a bump or give one.
Yeah.
No, but he's not wrestling a match. He has the NXT hat on. His eyes.
He's the Mrs. co-star in the Marine 6.
In the Marine 6, which we need to watch one of these days.
One of these.
I think maybe that would be like a fun thing for us to do over SummerSlam weekend. You know, like we're looking for something else to do
in between the shows. Yeah, we could. I've seen some of the WWE movies. Like the production is good and everything. It's just.
It's just probably bad.
It's
bad.
like a C movie action movie.
Which is probably bad. So of course, HBK comes out, huge reaction. You know, he's stoked to be there. He was stoked on the Raw reunion. But Miz asked him about that taking away time from younger superstars. He's like, I was that guy too when I was young, watching these old people come in. You're thinking to yourself like, what the fuck are you doing? But eventually, you end up having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But who comes out? None other than the roaming man of SmackDown Live these days with no real direction. He's the real drifter, if we think about it. Dolph Ziggler comes out to interrupt, but because he was like, dude, if I was ever one of those happy to be there guys, shoot me in the fucking head. Which makes a lot of sense. Like, an athlete's life after they retire can't be that good. You don't get to do the thing that...
some of them just disappear, some hang around.
Even like a hockey player, right? Imagine doing the thing that you love for like 15 years and then you can't do it anymore. Like, that would suck. But anyways, and then they start clapping back about making, secondhand Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, Ziggler said, you're embarrassing as Goldberg in the ring. That was a big line.
That was a big line. Good point.
And then, he said, last November when you came back in the ring, it broke his heart. No one has the guts to say it to you, but you were embarrassing.
He was.
Yeah, and HBK acknowledges. He says, you know what? I admit it. It was embarrassing. I was embarrassed. But what's more embarrassing is you working your whole career to become a second-rate Shawn Michaels wannabe or whatever. So there was that. And then Dolph's like, there's only one second-rate Shawn Michaels out here, and I'm looking at him.
I'm looking right at him. These two are about to get into it.
I was like, are we going to see Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam? I was
and as this was building, someone's getting super kicked.
Oh yeah.
Someone who's going to drop the hammer. I think what happens is like I think
Miz jumps in. He's like, do something already. He's sick of hearing all the complaints.
Yeah, so I think Dolph Ziggler goes to hit the Miz, but hits Shawn Michaels
goes
instead.
after Michaels. Michaels ducks.
Hits the Miz instead.
Gets hit. Yeah, and then Shawn checks on Miz, and Dolph Ziggler hits him with the super kick and then runs off. Yeah, I really like this segment.
Yeah, this was a great segment, just like that Mick Foley thing from the night before, where if you're gonna bring dudes back, have them put something over in some kind of way. You know, even if this is just getting fucking Dolph Ziggler and The Miz to have a match, then it served a purpose.
Yeah. It did.
Yeah.
I mean, they gave me a sliver of hope that I could see Shawn Michaels, but I don't know if they're going to do that. But Shawn Michaels versus Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam, I'm all over it. Redemption, have your final retirement match. It can be good.
Oh,
but they
imagine that. Oh, my Lord.
If we don't get Undertaker, at least give us a Shawn Michaels.
Oh, my Lord. That'd be a lot of fun. And yeah, exactly. Let's add to these things instead of, just kind of putting themselves over for their own sake.
Yeah.
What's coming up next, Mike?
We get our only women's match of the show, Ember Moon versus Charlotte. And then during the match, Bayley comes out and distracts Charlotte, so Ember rolls her up and gets the win in under a minute.
Woo!
So big upset for Ember Moon. Good momentum leading into SummerSlam, even though it's a little tainted win. But Ember and Bayley, they're celebrating and taunting Charlotte. And then out of nowhere, Ember throws Bayley into the ring for Charlotte to beat up. And then Ember hits an eclipse on both of them and stands tall. So she's making a statement here.
It's a good looking move right now. And Ember Moon's being built up the way she should be. She's she's relentless. She's going to do what it is, or what it takes to win. So
yeah. No, I'd love to see her capture the title in Toronto, Ember Moon. That'd be great.
And it's weird. It's weird seeing Charlotte Flair in this role because I don't think we've ever seen her kind of in this role. She's always hovering around that main event scene, whatever it might be. But
yeah, I think there's still a chance they weasel her in and make her a triple threat.
Of course, right? Well, I mean,
because it's Charlotte.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's one of those things like you put Charlotte Flair in a match, it's gonna be a good match.
Oh yeah, it's
so
gonna be a good match
we're back to this WrestleMania 35 thing again because and
which was a good show.
And I'm Team Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? Like I think she's great. Yeah. So I wouldn't be opposed putting her into a match like that.
Yeah, just don't let her win.
Next up, I think we're gonna get Kofi Kingston announcing who he wants to challenge for. So he gets a kind of open challenge for SummerSlam. He's going to challenge somebody, and it's up to them to accept. He takes very little time to call who he wants to face at SummerSlam. None other than the fucking Ran Man, Randy Orton.
Yeah, Randy Orton.
And guess who answers the call? That's right, the Viper comes coming down. I hate that theme song, but I'm going to be stoked to hear it. Kingston remembers a day in 2009 when he brings up this footage of him taking out Randy Orton. Randy Orton's point though, he was like, "Yo, I injured Mustafa Ali, and then you replaced Mustafa Ali in the Elimination Chamber." So
But they were going into the history and kind of addressing, like what Randy was saying was kind of always the internet rumors for years that Orton actually did use his influence to kind of hold Kofi back because there was that famous botch and he called him stupid a bunch of times.
There was I didn't know there was a famous botch.
Yeah, like Kofi messed up the finish or he was going, then Orton's just like, stupid, just yells at him, and apparently he blew a gasket backstage. So that's all, and they kind of...
Randy Orton getting mad backstage? So. That does not sound like something that happens.
Yeah, Orton says he did use his influence to hold him down, but now he's gotten through the barrier, and you know what? You're not ready. That title's a fluke. So there's your match. That's your SummerSlam match.
Yeah, great way to build it up too.
Yeah, yeah, they got history. Two great wrestlers.
Now we have a couple weeks to go somewhere with it. This was a change of pace from normal, typical how to build a story. This isn't two best friends who break up. This wasn't, the powers that be holding other people back. This was just one guy saying, "Hey, I want to take you on."
Yeah.
What a fresh way to build something.
Yeah.
I think we go straight into this though, into a non-title match. I think while Randy Orton's leaving, Samoa Joe comes down, fired up, looking to just kind of like take him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have decent little match, but then Orton comes down into the ring and tries to hit the RKO.
I think he's sitting ringside the whole time.
Is he? Okay.
And for folks at home, Randy Orton's wearing just his norm. He's wearing his gear plus the sleeveless sweatshirt.
The sweater vest. He's got to have.
He
like a big
literally
closet of those
never
at
wears
home.
anything else. It's amazing.
He loves that thing. Like they probably could tell him, like, Randy, don't wear that next week. He's like, fuck you.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing. Like everyone has that backup. I mean, like unless you wear pants, if you wear wrestling pants, you just sort of put a t-shirt on and that's fine. But I feel like Hunter has his alternate dress.
Yeah,
you know,
got
or
his jean vest over
Brock
his
will
leather jacket.
Brock will show up with the track pants instead of the shorts. You know, like everyone.
Yeah.
Even AJ wears jeans sometimes.
Yeah. John Cena's one of the only ones. He's always in his gear.
Yeah,
His hat, his
he's
t-shirt,
always
his jean
one
shorts.
hat and t-shirt away from being ready to go. And then so we get a couple. I think we get an RKO on Joe, Trouble in Paradise on Randy, Kingston standing tall to end the segment, and there we have it.
Yeah, there's your one of your big title matches.
Big title matches. What's coming up next, Mike?
All right, one of the other big matches I'm looking forward to at SummerSlam. I guess now we know it's official. Finn Balor comes down to the ring for an interview with Caleb Braxton, and they talk about Bray Wyatt. Sorry, I just heard the dog doing something. So they talk about Bray Wyatt. Finn doesn't know how Bray's mind works, his whole new Fiend persona. He can't explain any of it, but he's not afraid. He's not going to back down. So he challenges him to a match at SummerSlam. And then the Firefly Funhouse pops up on the screen, so it's back to good guy, gentle Bray for now. And he says him and the Funhouse are big fans of Finn, but the Fiend isn't. So the Fiend is officially accepting his challenge for a match at SummerSlam. And then we get a quick little pop-up on the screen of the Fiend. So you and I are going to see the first ever match of the Fiend.
That's so exciting. We're gonna hear whatever the entrance music is, whether it's Bray's old music or
He's got to have something new.
whatever it might be. Right? We're gonna hear it.
I think they play something when he shows up, right? Like a little like screeching horror.
Yeah, and then
music.
kind of like ha 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 in the back.
Yeah.
But maybe
kind of like Lars Sullivan.
that kind of
Where's he
thing.
been?
We don't talk about him.
AC buried him.
Yeah,
He's been
exactly.
gone. They both been gone.
AC buried himself. I was about to say, where's he been?
he gave away all his dirt in one go.
He shot his wad.
But the Fiend and the Finn, the Fiend and the Finn. That'll be.
And do we think that there's a demon chance at all? Because it's.
I don't think so.
It seems weird that Finn will talk about like a creepy guy, but not even talk about his own creepy guy.
Yeah, I think he saved the demon versus the Fiend.
We're saving that match.
WrestleMania.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
I mean, fucking, and now that Aleister Black is thrown into this equation, we have three creepy dudes
who are all potential to be like huge
and who are incredible in-ring performers. I've always thought that Finn has just never gotten like a real chance. And in the time that I've seen his main roster stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, other than you saw the one match with Brock Lesnar, and you're like, wow.
That was the only good. I think that's like the only good Finn, or at least the one that stands up at the top in terms of him on main roster WWE.
Yeah, like a great match. We're like, wow.
Seen a couple in NXT that I like. See a couple in Japan that I really liked, but haven't seen that.
It's a similar situation with Nakamura. Like he blew the doors down in his first NXT match, and then the main roster they kind of fizzled for a bit and had some good matches with AJ, and then went back down to nothing.
Thanks, Vince. Okay, so we have. I think let's just get to our main event time. So it's main event time. We know we're getting Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. Earlier on the show, we got the word that Drew McIntyre is going to be the special guest referee. We have Shane O'Mac as special guest ring announcer, which I didn't know you needed. And then we also have Elias as special guest timekeeper. So not really too sure what two of those three people are going to do. But don't worry because Lil Nate is out there. He was out there the whole time also.
He's still, I wonder how old he is. He's been in the business a long time.
I wonder. Not very, know. I watched a workout video of his the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's his workout.
Does he call himself Lil Nate? He's like, hey, I'm Lil Nate.
Yeah, Sheamus introduced him as that, and then it was them going through his workout. It's pretty good. A lot of cardio.
I thought Sheamus had a haircut.
A lot of cardio. Anyways.
Yeah.
So we have
Sheamus
this main
like
event. We have this main event: Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, and before the match even gets started, McMahon is doing dumb McMahon shit. I think Owens and Roman Reigns chase him into the ring. McIntyre and Elias attack our two faces. Or we end up getting kind of like a 3-on-1 somehow.
Everything falls.
No
apart.
match actually happens. Shane O'Mac goes right into the barricade. McIntyre gets dropped with a super kick. We get the stunner on Elias. And then I think we get back-to-back stunners on Shane McMahon.
Yeah, and he didn't botch it this week. He sold it well.
We get a Superman punch. So we knew this match was never even going to happen. I think we kind of knew it. There was a strong chance this match was never going to happen in the first place. maybe not the strongest way to close SmackDown. But yes, I guess if nothing else, we're getting KO and Shane McMahon at SummerSlam.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've gotten through. The reunion week's over, and now I think the next 2 weeks, 2.5, whatever, they're just going to build everything. We still got to fill in like half the card for SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we need that women's tag title match, maybe some SmackDown tag titles, the Intercontinental, the U.S. Who even is the U.S. champion? I don't know.
AJ Styles.
Yeah, that's right. Him and Ricochet. Yeah, Ricochet wasn't there this week. I forgot.
Ricochet wasn't there this week.
Yeah, apparently Ricochet was supposed to be in Rollins' position and have the DX rub or whatever.
Oh, really?
But, yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
So, yeah, forgot about Ricochet. That'll be a fun match to see at SummerSlam.
That will be fun.
Yeah. Other than that, there's one little thing this weekend, the Smackville. Did you hear about that?
I heard him mention it, but what is it?
Yeah, it's pretty much it. So remember they've done it once or twice recently, like those little 1-hour network specials, like the halftime heat, shit like that.
Oh, it's like a glorified house,
so it's like,
glorified house show.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so 3 matches. No titles are going to change. Kofi Kingston versus Samoa Joe versus Dolph Ziggler for the WWE title. Nakamura versus Balor for the Intercontinental title, and then Bayley, Bliss, Charlotte for the women's title.
Cool.
But yeah, nothing's gonna happen. But just wanted to let the people know.
Just want to let the people know, folks, out there on the network, even nothing else to watch. What else is out there on the network? Let's quickly go over just what happened in NXT this week as it relates to SummerSlam, because of course as it relates to Takeover
Moose. Have you seen the logo with the moose antlers?
I did. It looks pretty cool. Yeah. Might have to buy the shirt.
Yeah, there'll be personalized shirts there with the whole card on the back.
I have to buy something.
Oh yeah.
What do you think if I ordered from Pro Wrestling Tees? Do you think it would come in time?
I mean,
like 3 weeks. You think? I think
you'll have the option of paying. You can get it like next day if you're paying the money for shipping.
That's a good point. Maybe I just pay for the money. There's a couple of cool shirts on that Pro Wrestling Tees. Anyways, so as it pertains to us, what happened on NXT this week that I caught, and I never kind of watched the full show. I kind of watched YouTube does a great way of condensing promos and sort of some in-ring action to make it happen. So what we are getting is Velveteen Dream hits the ring to talk about his little scuffles with Roddy Strong when it comes to the North American Championship. But who comes down to the ring? Pete Dunne comes to cut a little promo that's going back and forth between those two guys. But what we do get announced is that we are getting Velveteen Dream, Pete Dunne, and Roddy Strong for the North American Championship. Holy shit! Holy shit!
Hell of a match.
And you know what it was? I knew, and this whole time we've been so excited. I've been so fucking excited to go to NXT, and I've just forgotten that I just forgot that Velveteen Dream is part of why that's exciting.
All these guys that we've never gotten to see
for
before.
Me. And yes,
I've never seen these guys.
So that's amazing.
Pete Dunne, fucking Roddy Strong. It's gonna be fucking hell of a match.
It's going to be a hell of a match. In some women's action, we did have Bianca Belair getting a win, and Io Shirai gets the win over Casey Catanzaro. But she wins by DQ.
Io now. Io's all heel now.
Io heel. But at the end of that little segment, I didn't catch the whole match, but Candice LeRae comes out to defend Casey. So there we have it.
We still don't know. Still don't know who Shayna's challenger is going to be.
We still don't quite know. I don't think Shayna was on last week's or this past week's.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, it's only a 1 hour show, so they do it that way.
But yeah, let's get to the main event of what's happening, or the real news of what's happening at Takeover. So the main event is Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano in another 2 out of 3 falls match. But this week, those two guys got to choose the stipulations for the first 2 falls.
Yeah.
Okay. And
so it's
and then they get to pick the first 2 falls. If we get to a tie, William Regal will pick the 3rd stip.
Yeah.
So Johnny Gargano picks. He wants his stipulation to be a street fight. But Adam Cole just wants a straight out singles wrestling match, which I was a bit disappointed in, to be honest.
Big heel move.
Big heel move. But I was kind of
think-
hoping it would be like tables.
Yeah, I think they'll save. I think they'll have to go to a third fall, and then Regal will be like, ladder match.
That's my ideal fucking thing. And then they somehow
because you can't.
They somehow get it out on the wire somehow. You know, they make that happen.
Because you can't hide a cage. You can't. But the ladder, all you need is the thing to dangle down.
The ladders are already under the
pop
ring.
The crowd. You bring out the ladder, everyone's gonna pop.
That'd be a huge pop. Oh my lord.
Because I mean, yeah, you've already done the street fight, so you can't just have the third fall be like, okay, last man standing.
Yeah, that would be a little bit lame. Yeah, it would
Yeah. Or what if Regal's like, we're gonna have another singles match?
Okay, here's a question. Here's a question. So they're doing a street fight. There's chairs, there's tables, there's like garbage can out. But then if after that first fall, when they hit that second fall, if you hit somebody with a chair, is that a DQ and then a win for the other person? Or is that just like a no contest? I feel like normally it would. What do you think?
If it's a DQ, then you win. You win by DQ. You get that fall.
And then you would get the fall. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, but it would probably make more sense if they book the regular singles match first and then go street fight. And then so they don't have to worry about all the wreckage and I don't know.
Whoever the hell knows.
Either way, we know the first two falls. We're both hoping for that ladder match for the third fall.
Hoping for it, baby. So that's all the action as it kind of pertains to us. But we also do know that we are getting our tag team championship match is going to be the Street Profits taking on the Undisputed Era. So we have
a chance for the whole Undisputed Era to be dripping
that.
in gold.
We have all four of them going for it. You know, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish.
We got a chance.
Roddy, Pete Dunne. This is shaping up to be one hell of an event. And who even knows what they're going to tape before? Are we going to go to check out the early taping?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
That's part of the package.
I'm just making sure. You know, I wasn't sure.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. So it's only like a 45-minute before the show. You get to see an extra. We'll probably see like Io Shirai there.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Bianca or whoever doesn't make the. Hopefully Matt Riddle gets on the card. You gotta see Matt Riddle.
I want to see Matt Riddle somehow. You know.
Yeah.
And we'll see. So, well, there we have it. So both of those cards for both the events are shaping up to be quite pleasant.
Looking pretty good, man. Looking pretty good.
Quite pleasant, Mike. We have time for two more things left here on the podcast, I think. You know what? We actually just blew right past it because we were so stoked on a lot of this AEW stuff and New Japan. But, of course, we have the most prestigious title in Shoot Brothers podcast. Ting is, of course, the Tweet of the Week. Of course, the Tweet of the Week title. It's the Tweet of the Week. It's the Tweet of the Week. Which is getting clapped back and forth. But this, Mike, this is a huge moment in Tweet of the Week title history because I am announcing for the first time ever, or it has been won. Sorry, I don't announce. I don't write this shit. This shit just happens. This shit
you deliver it.
This shit this shit just happens, and I'm a facilitator, folks. We have our first ever tag team Tweet of the Week champions. Oh boy. Now, this doesn't mean that they both put out that both of these champions had equally as good tweets. No, it's the tweet string between them, which is so incredibly fun. And our Tweet of the Week co-tag team champions is the Ran Man and Will Ospreay, who were talking to each other on Twitter this past week. Let me pull it up here. Will Ospreay just kind of tweets out like, I like my job. That's real cool. You know, do something that makes you smile every single day. Randy Orton says, "Good luck with that shit." And then Randy Orton claps back and saying, "Good luck with that shit. WWE is all about putting smiles on people's faces." Will Ospreay says, hope you're happy where you are. I'm happy where I am. Unfortunately, I'm here for the long haul, where Randy Orton comes back and says, sounds like dollar signs to me. I'll ask Tuesday at SmackDown Live since I'm not on the Raw reunion. Yeah. There you have it. The Rand Man wants this Will Ospreay Randy Orton match. I'll be honest. I want.
And he wants this tweet of the week title.
And he wants this tweet of the week title, and I also want a Randy Orton, Will Ospreay match. You know, that'd be a lot of fun.
How do we
make that happen? So Randy Orton is now a 2-time singles champion, one-time tag champ. So there you have it. Will Ospreay, Randman, you got it.
There you go. The creation of a new championship today. Tag tweets.
That's great. There's your tweet of the week. And let's just finish this boy off. You know what? It always comes around. Comes around at one point. This is the wrestler of the week.
It's the wrestler of the week, of the week. The wrestler of the week, of the week, of the week. The wrestler of the week, of the week, of the week. The wrestler of the week, of the week.
A wrestler of the week, and not much wrestling going on, Mike. Not much wrestling going on. This is one of those slim pickings type of weeks. So for me, my wrestler of the week, I'm actually going to the Mox Man. I'm going back to John Moxley. He had a great match against Sonata on the weekend, and a real killer promo in the Road to All Out. Keep going strong. He's my dude. When you're going cross continents and cross promotions, and you still have my interest, I don't know. You must be doing something right.
All right. Yeah, not a lot of wrestling, so this guy was only on screen for like a minute, but I'm giving it to the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, just because that 1 minute, his presence, and shout out to Mick Foley for helping him out.
Putting him over, baby.
I'm excited. I just want to see this Fiend. They built it up perfectly. The look is great. Everything's great.
And we're gonna be part of that first group to ever see it.
Yeah, the holy shit.
Holy shit. When he does whatever cool thing he does, and
yeah, anything before the match even starts, people will chant, "This is awesome."
Oh, exactly. Of course. But even more so if he comes out as the demon. Imagine that.
Oh, I think that would be. Yeah, that'd be a huge surprise.
Yeah, well, it's SummerSlam, right? Where surprises are made.
Yeah.
It's the biggest party of the summer. I'm looking
surprises that are greater or equal to the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania.
It's all about kicking ass and taking names and $20 beers. Well, Mike, there you have it. I think that's it. Folks, I think that's it for this week in the Shoot Brothers Wrestling Podcast. Is that it, Mike?
That's everything.
That's everything we got.
We'll see what happens. We'll see in the next week of wrestling. It never stops. So
yeah, if it never stops, we never stops. Remember, you can rate, review, like, and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, and YouTube, or anywhere else you listen to shows. Give us that thumbs up on YouTube too, because sometimes we have views, and I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how keywords work. So if you have any advice on that, we'll also take that.
Is YouTube the only place where you can see, like, do you Spotify and iTunes, do you even know how many views you get? Or
Spotify and iTunes won't show other listeners how many views or listens you have.
But you can see?
You can see, yeah. You can see on the host page.
What is our best platform right now? Are they all pretty low?
They're not pretty low. No, I think we get like 10 downloads a week, probably-ish. 148.
Slowly build.
148 all time. What's our best episode? I'm sure we have a best most streamed episode, like if we were to find
maybe like double or nothing.
Like whatever it might be, but who knows? It'll happen.
Yeah. Anyways, no, we're doing this. We're having fun,
which is the most important part.
All you listeners, we love you.
We love you, listeners. We hope you're sticking around. Mike, let's chat next week because this road to SummerSlam is not stopping.
Yeah, I will be here in this Unionville, wherever I am.
You'll be wherever you are. I'll be wherever I am, and folks, you'll be on your own listening to this. Yeah. So, folks,
on the road
to SummerSlam, baby. Okay, that's all the show we got.
Okay, suck it.
Okay, bye.